Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to do the update for the Panner's Pan. I love this project. It's about taking panners, connecting them to products, and then, trying to meet those goals that you set for those products. Sometimes I also have different goals instead of products. You're going to see later because we have that for one panner. And everything that I know about this project, the creator, all of that is down in the description below. So head over there if you want to know more. But let's dive right into this. However good progress I have or bad progress, maybe I'm not rolling anything out, but I will at least always roll in one new panner. I don't want to be below 10 though. So if I had 10 panners in here from the last month and I actually finished 2 of those panners, or those products for those panners, of course. If I have finished 2 of those, I have to bring in 2 new panners just to fill that up, because I do want at least 10 panners in here. So let's get into this update, shall we? Let's start off with Taylor Buell. I am trying to do a Pan That palette in order for her because she is one of the few that I've ever seen do that. I have seen it catch on. I've seen Caitlin do it as well this year, or she began last year, but Taylor Buell was the only one that I had seen do that before. So I wanted to do that with this palette. This is the Solar Cycle from ZC. I love this palette. And my goal, like I said, is to hit pan in order. And I'm trying to not use the other shades. Like, I want it to be kind of untouched and then move on as I hit pans. And when I hit a pan, I can of course use those shades if I want to and expand those pans. I have no problem with that. And this is what it looked like last time. I had 3 pans showing and I was working on the lavender shade. I'm actually refilming this update, so sadly I don't have the numbers from the past month. I only have the totals. But for a total, I have now used the lavender shade 14 times, and this is what it looks like. So as you can see, I have no pan. I do have a decent dip going on now though. So maybe we can hit pan until the next update. I don't know. I have it in my crease today to blend out the purple look that I have going on. I mean, the dip is good, but I have to use it pretty much more to actually hit pan. The good news about this shade though is that it's very like buildable and sheer to begin with, so you have to use a lot when you actually use it. So that definitely makes this progress easier and faster. And yeah, maybe we can have another pan next time. That would be very nice. I think I used it 5 times though this last month. I think I remember that. Next up, we have Sarah Rose, and for her, I have a goal. I don't have a set product for her, and this is what I meant when I spoke about it before. I don't have a product for her. I have a goal of repurposing items, 40 items or items in 40 different ways. So for example, if I use an eyeshadow in my brows, I can't use the same eyeshadow for my brows and have it count as 2 times. I have to have another eyeshadow in my brows, or maybe a brow product on like as a contour or something to make that count as another use. So I wanted to do it 40 different ways. I was at 30 last time, I remember. So I have actually done this with 6 more products. I have used 2 different glitters on my nails. Not today. Today I'm actually wearing just a nail polish, which is, I think it's a long time since I've done that actually. I use a lot of eyeshadows on my nails nowadays. But anyway, I used 2 different glitters, so that is 2 different uses. Then I used a shimmery gold eyeshadow as an eyeliner, and I can see that I have used a lot of eyeshadows as eyeliners this month, or these past 2 months. I don't think I actually updated you on this last month. But anyway, a gold eyeshadow as an eyeliner. I also used a green eyeshadow as an eyeliner and a blue eyeshadow as an eyeliner. And usually what I do is I go in with this black liquid liner, and then I top it off with those shadows to make it a dark other shade. So it's still dark enough to pass as an eyeliner, but I don't only use that because usually it doesn't look as crisp if I only use an eyeshadow as an eyeliner. So I like to top it off instead. And that's something I learned this month, I think, that I actually liked. And I also used a blush as an eyeshadow, which is something I love to do. Usually they are pink and nice and it goes very well in the crease. This time, however, I used it on my lower lash just to have something different. I think it was in my green look and I just wanted to have one different color and, you know, make it pop somehow. So I used it on my lower lash, or like half of my lower lashes or something, and I really liked it. But those were all of the 6 uses, and I only have 4 uses left and then she will roll out. So let's hope that I can do that until the next update. I do find that it's harder to find things now to repurpose because I have already done it so much and I can't use the same items for the same things, you know. So I have to come up with different maybe ideas or different products that I use in the same way. But the most fun is when I actually find something that I haven't tried at all before. Like the eyeliner trick, when I actually use it on top of an eyeliner and it looks really nice, and you can have like a metallic dark shimmery eyeliner. It's really nice. So 4 more. Let's see if we can do that until the next update. Then we have Louise Poston. I have used a hair perfume. I used it 74 times. I have used it once more this month. So 75 times is what you can see, but I have already written the totals from last month, let's say. So I have 74 plus 1 uses, and that's, yeah, that's the same with the purple since I used it today, the purple eyeshadow. I actually used it 13 times until yesterday or the day before when I actually did this update for the first time, but then I've used it once more. So it's actually 13 plus 1. So in the next update, I will probably say that last time I had 13 uses and now I have used it this many times more, if you know what I mean. So this one has 74 plus 1 uses on it. And we can finally see that I am really getting progress in this one. Of course, it's going to take some time yet. I mean, 75 uses, I can definitely see some difference, but I only use it once a day. So it will at least keep on for maybe 100 days more, probably more because I don't use it every single day. But I really like this. I'm in no hurry to finish it. I love the scent. And the more I use it, the more I feel like I love to have this in my collection. So maybe, I mean, Sakakuan is also very expensive. I don't want to buy expensive things if I don't need them. And I feel like I can just take a normal perfume or a body spray or something and smell nice in my hair too. Or a hair product. You know, there are so many things that actually make your hair smell nice. And even without products, I would say that my hair actually smells nice. That's one of the gifts I've received, you know, from above. I like the way my hair smells with or without products. But anyway, this will stay in for quite some time for Louise Poston. This is the only one I have, so I'm in no hurry to finish it though. For Paula, from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, I have this Mud Masky cleansing mask. And I think I had used it 14 times and I used it 5 additional times. So now we're up to 14 times. And you can see maybe, no, I didn't mark it. It's very good that I'm doing this update. Now I remind myself again to mark it. We're down to here. So maybe I can finish it until the next update. I really, really hope so. Although I think that this jump is for 2 months. But I mean, 19 uses to get from, I think we started here. So I think 19 uses is all of this. So I could definitely finish this month if I wanted to. It's a very liquidy product, so I have a tendency to use way too much whenever I pour it out into my hands. It's like no way of controlling it, I feel like. So I feel like I will use it up fairly quickly if I just remember to use it. Jessica Payne is doing a project where she is trying to use products 100 times. So I wanted to choose a product that I wanted to use 100 times, and I really like that concept, but since I can't join that project because I have too many projects going on as usual, or not too many, I have enough for me. I like the projects that I'm in, but I had to cut some because I didn't want to do as many updates every month. So some projects you will see bi-monthly updates on, some you will see every month and so on. But that is why I am not doing the project 100 uses this year. Maybe I will add that next year or something. But I get to do it right here for this project and I'm happy. I chose this Milano lip gloss. I love the shade. This is very old though. I have like a handful of products. I think up to 5 products that are really old, like over 10 years old. Everything else I think I've gotten the last 5 years or so, because before I wasn't into makeup. So I just have a few things that are maybe 15 years old and then nothing until like 5 years ago or something. So I am trying to finish those items, and this is one of them. I have one other lip gloss that is that old, and then I have a bronzer that I am working on right now to finish this year that is also that old. But other than that, I'm not sure if I have anything more. I might have 1 or 2 more things that are that old, but you know, yeah, perfumes probably. But those are like the really old items that I need to get out of my collection. And I think I've done pretty well with this one. I think I used it 20 additional times for a total of 67 times. So I think in maybe 2 months' time, I can finish this off. That would be nice. For Laura Force, I rolled in this blush trio from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is because she had black and red hair when I saw her first. So black packaging, red blushes, you know, it reminded me of her. So I wanted to hit pan on this one. And boy, is it going to take a long time. I only used it once during the past 2 months then. And I used it today as well, along with other blushes as well. And I like the blush. It's a little bit intense, but depending on what brush you have, it really looks different. Since my goal is to hit pan, and this is so pigmented and fairly new, I think it's going to take a really long time. It doesn't really matter too much because these panners deserve a shout out. And in this project, I tend to have really difficult goals because this project is ongoing like forever, for however long you want it to go on, you know? So now I actually have 16 plus 1 uses on that one. I'm happy that I remembered to use it that one time because my goal is to use all of these items that I have in this project at least once every single month. Of course, I want to do more if I can, but I was so close to not getting a use on that one. So I'm very happy that I did, so that we at least have some progress on it. Moving on to makeup and perfume, of course, I chose a perfume, and this one I really want to finish this year. I used it 22 additional times for a total of 24 times. I actually used it today. I forgot to tally it though. Anyway, I am very far down, as you can see here. If I just do like that, we have so little left. We have this little left. So I definitely feel like I can finish it rather soon. Maybe not in the upcoming month, maybe though. But I'm thinking maybe 2 months. In 2 months, this could be a finished item, which would make this the first perfume I ever finished, like a full-size perfume, which is great. I will probably keep the packaging and pour in some other perfumes here because I just love it. It's so beautiful and I feel sophisticated and stuff. So that's where we're at with that one. Let's move on. For Daily Dose of Sparkle, I wanted something sparkly. I chose this one because look at this packaging. Have you ever seen something so sparkly in your entire life? This is the Dewy Set from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is such an interesting packaging, I feel like, because it looks to be so sparkly and so opaque, but as soon as I put it towards a light, I can see through it so easily. I feel like most of the time it's pretty hard to see through packaging that is opaque, but this one is, it's not opaque. It just feels like it because there are so many sparkles and there are sparkles on the other side and stuff, so you don't really see through it, but I've never seen anything like it. It feels a little bit magical actually. It's like a duochrome. You just have to switch it a little bit and you can very clearly see where you're at, and then you just take it back and you're like, no, it's opaque. It's opaque glitter, you know? But anyway, I am halfway through this now. So we've moved through it quite quickly and I've used it 20 plus 1 times. so far. I don't feel like this gives me the most dewy look, which I appreciate. I'm not a dewy girl. I like a matte look. If I want some sparkles, I add more highlighter, you know? So I'm happy that it's not so dewy, but it's a little bit misleading, I think, the name. Now let's move on to the panners I introduced last month. This is going to be a blast. Okay, so it's just Steph. She loves Odin's Eye. I love Odin's Eye. She loves eyeshadow and has a lot of content with it. I do too. Not the same kind of content, but she has a lot of rankings and stuff. And I just love watching her eyeshadow content, especially. So because she is working on a lot of eyeshadows and because she loves Odin's Eye, I thought I would bring in the whole shebang, the whole Christmas bundle that I bought from Odin's Eye with all of the 4 palettes. And my goal was to do a level 1 from Level Up, if you have seen that project. I wanted to do a level 1 on each and every one of these palettes. And that means that I wanted to use all of the shades in all of these palettes, and I wanted to hit 1 pan in each and every one of these palettes. So let's see how we've been doing. Okay, so not to toot my own horn, but I will. I have actually managed to touch all of the shades. I have done the no pan left behind part with all of the palettes. And I've hit 1 pan. So that means that one of these palettes are going to roll out. Let's talk about it, shall we? I'm thinking I will show you the numbers and stuff on the palette that is rolling out, since I am still using the other palettes and might get more progress on those. And I don't want this to take the whole evening for you. So let's start off with a palette that I have met my goal on, which is this one. This is the Christmas Eve palette, and it's like it suggests Christmas Eve. It's darker colors. It's like the night sky with all of the stars and the snow glistening, and you really get that feeling with these shades. So these were all very new when I rolled them in, and this is how it looks now, obviously. But I hadn't even swatched them before. So this is truly the progress from beginning. So this is how it looks now. Doesn't it look pretty loved? It does, I think. And here's the little tiny pan. I've used this one, of course, in my brows. You know me by now. And I wanted to do it in the corner because, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's weird that we have something right smack in the middle, especially if it's such a small pan. And also, these have nice imprints on them, or like embossings. So it was a snowflake here. So I didn't really want to, mess that up, since I didn't use it in my crease or anything, and I just used a very detailed brush. I felt like that was a good spot to have it in. So I thought we would go through the numbers of uses that I have on this one. Okay, so here we go. This one on the first row, called Snowflake, I've used 4 times. This gray here, I've used 3 times, and I am surprised that I actually like this a lot. Then we have Slivery Dreams, which I've used twice, and Nightfall, that I've used twice. All of these ones I've used once each. So we have Just Now, Snow Light, Christmas Eve, and Blue Ice. Fleeting Time I've used once. Nowhere, the one that I have pan on, I hit pan after 18 uses, but I have used it 21 times in total. Wonderful and Softly I've used once each. Lemon Tart and Gorgeous, once each. This one right here, Night Sky, I've used twice, and Blue Star I've used once. So those were all of the uses on the palette that I'm rolling out. I am surprised that I liked Ice Crystal so much, this gray tone here. I did not think that I would like a gray so much. Who am I? I am surprising myself all the time. But this is why I have loved so much to play around with these palettes. I have gotten a whole new set of eyes after this. I am so much less, worried about using colors. I feel like colors can now be more of an everyday thing than a special occasions thing or only when I'm home alone. Like I'm much more bold when it comes to colors right now, at least some colors, not all colors. This is a little bit too much, especially in reality. The camera takes off so much of the makeup. I can feel like I look nice one day and maybe I have like a powder foundation, so it's light coverage, but I feel, you know, light and beautiful and, you know, not too much makeup. But then if I put that on camera, it looks like I have no makeup. The camera gives me so much weird redness, enlarges my pores. I just feel really ugly on camera. But in reality, I can feel really pretty, you know, if I see myself in the mirror and in different lightings, like I don't see what the camera sees. So it feels like it adds some color, but it also takes away so much of the makeup that you don't really see what I see in reality. So I have to have a lot more makeup on if I want to look good in the camera. It's weird. It's weird. But anyway, I think this is my second favorite palette of them all. I have one that is by far my favorite. So let's talk about that one. This one is rolling out, like I said. Let's talk about the Snow Dream palette. Oh, I love this so much. I think this is my favorite palette ever. Not just from Oden's Eye, not just from this collection. But look at this. Look at this. This is so wintry and light. And I love it. I guess it's more cool toned than many Christmas palettes are. And it still contains color. And I mean, if I'm going to wear color for an everyday use, these are the kinds of colors that I would actually use. I feel like they are light and happy. And I feel like some of these I can really go ham on. Like I have really learned to appreciate a minty shade. Well, I haven't really played around with mint shades before. So using this one in my crease together with this one and this one in my inner corners, it's so beautiful. By the way, people say that this is a holographic shade or an iridescent one. I don't really know the difference. But I have swatched it in reality. And yeah, if I look very closely, I can see what they're talking about, the rainbow, you know. But I would not have noticed that if no one said that. For me, it's a silver. I use it as a silver. I've never seen, you know, any color shifts on my eyes when they're on there. And I have to look really close for it. So for me, this is a normal silver, but I love silver. So, you know, there's that. I am using this one today, actually, in my... both in my crease and on my eyeballs, actually. So yeah, this is my favorite kind of palette where you have a few darks so you can darken up your look. But lighter shades, I feel like, one, I can use them up so much more quick because you can build them up. Secondly, I feel like I use them for all of my looks. I don't do all dark looks. But I find that so many palettes only contain darker or mid-tone shades. I don't get it. Like, I don't use as much dark as I use light. And I always use light shades in every single eye look. Whether it's a glitter on top of my eyes or in my inner corners, like, I feel like most people do that. So why would you come up with so many palettes without actual light shades? I don't get it. But a light palette like this, I think it's so unique. I think it's so unique. This color story, these shades, I love it so, so much. And I gotta say, Oden's Eye have smashed it out of the park when it comes to these color stories. I feel like all of these 4 palettes are so different from one another. You have the bright and light and fun one. You have the really dark and night sky one. You have one with like pinks and it doesn't look as colorful, but you can still see the winter theme in it somehow. And then you have the Merry Christmas palette that is a lot more of your traditional reds and greens and, you know, those warmer shades. So I feel like they've done 4 really distinct and different palettes, which I appreciate. I also feel like most of these palettes I don't use by themselves. This one I can use by itself, no problem. I have used this one, I think, once by itself, but otherwise I have mixed and matched and treated these 4 palettes as one. I have just mixed and matched the shades and they work so well together. They just do. And I don't think I want to work on just one at a time. Like I want to have at least 2 or 3 of them in at the same time in any given project. That's how I feel right now, at least. Let's see where we're at with the other palettes. We have the Hey Reindeer palette. Looks like this. This is the like pinky one that I said. Like it definitely doesn't only contain pinks, but you know, there's something about this that also says winter. Maybe it's the packaging and the fact that it's like wintry on the front, and Hey Reindeer, like of course a reindeer is wintry, but you have like snow colors, sky colors, and it feels like wintry shades. Maybe this is like a cooler palette as well. I'm not sure if that's why it feels more wintry. But yeah, I thought this would be actually the one that I use the most because it has most of the like traditional colors, I would say. So I could use the pinks, and like I felt like this was more of an everyday palette. But like I said, the Snow Dream palette, I feel like I can use in spring, especially because of those mint green kind of pastel shades in there. And I think that is going to be my most used palette. But this one, it's not too far behind it when it comes to usability, I think. I feel like I will be able to use this pretty much. The question is what I want to hit pan on. Oh, I didn't say that with a Snow Dream either. But this one, maybe this one, because it's easy to go with a white shimmer. This has a pink shimmer in it as well. It's a duochrome. So maybe I will go for that one because it will go with almost everything. So that's maybe what I will do with this one. When it comes to the Snow Dream palette, I am a little bit torn. So in the beginning, I thought, well, a white, I always use white underneath my brows. So maybe I could do that, but you know, mattes take a long time to hit pan on as well. So I was like, okay, let's go for a shimmer. And I am very close on hitting pan in this one, but I feel like it would be so much fun to have pan in a colorful shadow. Especially if I choose it myself, because that's not something I normally do. And now I feel like I could actually hit pan on this one. That would be a lot of fun, actually. I love that I can see a difference. I can see a little bit of a dip in this one already. And I just love to see shades with dips in it, especially when it is a colorful shade. And maybe that is one of the reasons I love using pastels and light colors so much, because you can use a lot of it to build it up, and that makes you use a lot of the product, which creates dips. So I just love how this palette looks like. Anyway, let's talk about the last palette, which is the Merry Christmas palette. And I think this is my least favorite of them all. Not color story wise. I think the Hey Reindeer is pretty boring in one way. I think this one is so beautiful, but it's so warm toned that I feel like I can use this one the least, because I am a very cool tone person. Oh, let's do that. I'm a very cool tone person. I don't really use a lot of these shades for an everyday use, but maybe this is more of a fall palette for me. Maybe. This black, by the way, this is really black. So if you're in the market for a true black, nice. I don't know if they sell these anymore though. Last year they sold out really quickly. They brought it back this year and they said this was the last restock. I'm not sure if they mean for this year or if they will bring it back next year or something. But yeah, I would recommend all of these palettes, I think. And the formula is of course always good with Odin's Eye. There were several people who didn't think the quality of this one actually was as good as with their other formulas. But like I said, I love this so much more. I don't know that I can compare formulas because formulas are different in different shades, but that is within palettes. You have some toppers, you have some really creamy shades, you have some matte shades, you have some more like hard pressed ones, and some that are not as hard pressed. So I feel like I don't know how to compare, but it's still my favorite palette, like I said. So I don't think the quality is bad at all. I think it's great. This one again, the Merry Christmas palette. What do I want to hit pan on? I think I will try to hit pan on this one because I feel like that is the most everyday shade that I can find in this one. Maybe this one, but I don't have as much of a dip in that one as I do in this. I don't have that big of a dip there either, but yeah. Anyway. So here are some looks that I've made with these palettes. Like I said, I have had the most fun with these palettes these last couple of months. Of course, I will have to use them a little bit more to hit pan, but I will, of course, try to focus more on those shades that I'm trying to hit pan on. So I don't think I will have too many more different looks for you. I think I will do something like this that I am showing you now. So yeah, that was it. So the Christmas Eve palette will no longer be in this project, but the other three will, and I will try to hit pan on them. So let's move on to the last panner that we have here, and it is Hailey O. I made an advent calendar for her, or I like stuffed an advent calendar for her because she showed us how to make your own calendar, and I was like, oh, let's do that for her. So I filled it up with mostly one-time use items. Sometimes I have, you know, sample sizes or something that I have to use twice or 3 times maybe. And the idea was for me to go one door at a time. Whenever I use something up, I can open the next door. Whenever I use that one, I can open the next door, and so on. And by doing this, I have actually finished 13 items already. Some of those you will have seen in my yearly empties, and I don't have them here, but I do have a few things here that I can show you. So first of all, we had a bunch of bath bombs. I had, I think, 6 of these with foil around them. They were very, very cute in their little like gift set thing. And they all look the same underneath though. They're all pink. They do smell a little bit differently, but not too much. I don't really notice it when I take a bath. If I hold them close to my nose, yes, I can feel a difference, but other than that, they do give a little bit of a pink hue to the water, which is nice. I think I might have finished 1 or 2 more, but I actually threw out the foil, which was my bad. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, this is the packaging I have left from another small bath bomb. I should have 1 more of these, but I misplaced it, I guess. I finished 3 sheet masks that I have here. One from Pure Derm, the coconut essence mask. It was okay, nothing to write home about. I also have this one. It's such cute packaging, but again, nothing to write home about. It's nothing fancy. It's okay, I guess, if you just want that time and something cool on your face. Then I tried something new. This is from Sense again. It's the Bubbley sheet mask for soft, smooth, and radiant looking skin, oxygen effect. So you put this on, and it's already really messy when putting it on. It has this like foam on, it feels like, and then it just becomes more and more foamy. And I think I have a picture here that I can show you. It looks so bad, and it looks like I have a black eye. Every time I take a picture of me wearing a sheet mask, it looks so weird, like my face gets a really weird shape, and it always looks like I have a black eye. I don't know why. But anyway, I don't know what I think about this. I have a few more bubbly ones that I would like to try, but it feels weird because it says that whenever it's done, you should massage in the excess serum, but it feels like underneath the mask, like the bubbles come on top and then you take it off and it feels really dry. But on the other hand, I felt like I was at a very good place with my skin the day after, so it might have done something. But the excess serum, the little that I had left, yeah, it felt like sticky, and yeah, it was just weird. So I would like to try it again and see if it actually does the same good thing to my skin for the day after, if it feels the same. But it was definitely a very interesting experience. Oh, also, it felt really weird when it was on. It really felt like I was doing something. It was almost like it was burning my skin, but I didn't get red or anything. And it wasn't so much that it hurt or anything, but it was a little bit uncomfortable in some way. Yeah, it was so weird. It was weird. I want to try it again. It's dangerous, so dangerous. I want to do it again. And then we have the last thing, a peel off mask from Sense. As you can see, I haven't used it up, but I can feel that this has dried up. I opened one of these before Christmas, I think, and I realized that they were dried out. In one way, it's a little bit of a shame because I want to use up what I have. On the other hand, I am trying to just use up all of my peel off masks because it's nothing that I want to use on a regular basis, or kind of ever. Although I have received 3 peel off masks from my niece, and they are so colorful and so cute that I want to use them just because of that. But anyway, those were all of the panners. None of them is rolling out. So we are going to add another panner and thus have 11 panners here. This time I'm going to bring in someone I have never seen actually, but I know that she created the That's So 2000s project pan. I haven't joined that one, but I have seen the prompts. It looks like a fun project, but as I said, I can't be in every single project. And the panner and the creator of this project is Samar Maskin. I chose the prompt Mean Girls, and of course you have to have something pink for that. It's a chick flick, it's a lot of pink in there, and I chose this one. This is a facial oil by Bye, like BYBI, and it's called the Strawberry Booster Facial Oil. Now the packaging is pink. Let's see if the actual container is, or the actual product or something. I wouldn't think the actual face oil was pink though. But yeah, this is really pink. Look at that. It's so pink with some gold letters. Really nice. This has 15 mils of product in it. And maybe I should take a sniff and see if it actually smells something, since it is strawberry. Nah, it doesn't really smell like strawberry. That's a little bit of a shame though. Strawberry booster. It has to contain strawberries then, I guess. What does it smell like though? It smells like the body oil I'm going through right now, but I don't know what that smells either, like English leaf. Oh, it's from the English growers. Something. But yeah, it doesn't smell the best, but it's very cute. So I will be happy using it just because of that. Just touching it feels great. It's a nice package. It's glass. It's nice. So I'm going to try to use that one up for Samar Maskin, who created the That's So 2000s project pan. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video and that I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be very happy. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. Have a great evening. Bye.